Today's project is to redo these bearing blocks so that the bearing sits in there. I drilled these holes crooked. That's why I made this, was to get both axes so that this hole will be correct. It's a piece of maple, holds oil light bushing. It's not for anything other than a hand crank, but it fits in like that. Got my blank. I've got the top holes marked out. No center punch, but I got an ice pick. Great. Broke off that screw. You might be able to see the metal glinting in there. So I cut this off before I rip this top strip off, so that I can bolt these down and drill the center hole. That's why you make extra, folks, because of mistakes like that. Now we rip off the top strip, which will give us 2 pieces like that. First thing I got to do, I got to take that off. Take that off. Put my fence back on. Set that up. And off we go. Now screw these back together. Okay, here's a quick tip. I'm sure you all know this, but I'm going to show you anyway. These brass screws, it's not really brass, it's compressed butter. If you put any torque on them, they snap right off. So what you have to do to baby them is a piece of paraffin wax, rub it in there, fill up the threads with the wax, work it in, and then slowly, lightly, with hardly any torque at all, work it in. And if it gets a little bit sticky, pull it out, baby this, cutting this thread, finish cutting this thread, because if you don't, it will snap. Give it a little bit more wax, stick it in the hole, then you don't have a disaster. And now we drill through holes. And there we are, 3 holes. I didn't really want to ever have one of these things, but I made one on a lark. That's a revelation. These things are great. If you don't have one, make one. If you can't make one, buy one. They're worth every penny for cuts like this. There we go. Now the moment of truth. Will these things fit? There's my crankshaft. Bearing. That's the project for today, bearing blocks. I'll do the finishing later. Sanding, you know, see if you can see that. Well, thanks for enduring this video with me. It was fun. I hope it was entertaining. Hope you learned maybe something. If not, at least you see how my work habits are. Sloppy. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Subscribe if you got nothing better to do with your life. I'd appreciate that. And we'll catch you on the next one.